After the last recording, I realized a couple of things. First, holy moly, this needs to go down. Oh my god. Also at 20% because nice numbers. Also, it's pretty difficult to record commentary when you're dying in Sky Wars every 20 seconds. So that's it. We're heading to... This is oddly difficult to find. Housing. So after realizing that Skywars is not exactly the ideal platform to record commentary, I've decided that it is time to do some parkour instead. Let's talk about some stuff. So the other day, and by the other day I mean literally yesterday, briefly after I uploaded my first video, I was scrolling through the community tab because the community tab is a pretty powerful feature that I currently do not have access to because of my distinct lack of subscribers. But that's alright. But I was scrolling through the community tab and I was noticing this poll. There's a poll about who they thought the main character of the DREAM SMP was. You know, I've been around the Reddit a couple times. I've seen the posts on r/Technoblade and r/Tommy in it. These posts are basically free grounds for Technoblade to get that dub. So me, and a firm Techno supporter, I voted Technoblade because Technoblade. But to my shock, the main character was not Technoblade. You know, in my heart, I believe this. You know, for the I think 4 people that watched my last video, you'll know that I called the main character of the DREAM SMP Tommy, and for the Egg arc, Bad Boy Halo. Tommy won by a pretty devastating margin. I mean, it's definitely a fair victory on his part. He's easily... Are these slime blocks? These are. He's easily the main character of the DREAM SMP. A lot of the arc revolve around him. But me being me, I went down through the comments. What's this? Me being me, I went down through the comments and I noticed an interesting theory that I'd like to, I guess, elaborate more on. It's about the true main character of the DREAM SMP. George... I disappear when I zoom in. George not found. Now you might think Egg. This is a preposterous conclusion. There is no way that George not found, a character that logs in for approximately 0 of the main events and sleeps through all the other ones, could be the main character. And I'll be honest, that's what I thought too, until I was presented with the egregious amounts of evidence. If you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly interested in some way. I want to reach a whole, maybe 3 subscribers. I don't know. The goal is 1,000 so I can unlock the community tab and make worthless polls and stuff for people to interact with. So you can subscribe if you've liked what you've seen so far. Drop a like, throw a comment down, I don't know, comment Egg, spelled however you want. But preferably with an H in the middle. That'd be cool. First, you gotta look at the plot points that George Not Found has been involved in. Oh my god. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, you gotta look at the plot points. The first major one, he literally became king. Doing nothing but sleeping through wars and doing nothing. Dream was taken, swiftly removed Eric from a position of power, and instilled George Not Found as king. I am stalling because I do not know parkour. George became king, did literally nothing to do so. This is pretty cool. Ooh, medium difficulty. Literally did nothing, slept through the wars, built his peaceful house in the midst of, at the time, 2 withers destroying Lamanberg, which would be basically nothing compared with what would happen in later events, but I digress. Became king doing nothing, and even when he was the king of the DREAM SMP, didn't even care about that role, and went on to Mexican Lamanberg, abandoning his responsibilities, or not even responsibilities, and pursuing his own dreams for fun. And I've watched a lot of anime in my time. That's what a main character does. They get given a position, but ultimately give up that position to do what they enjoy. And for George Not Found, doing what he enjoys is sleeping through events. This is a very precarious location. Sleeping through events and messing around in Mexican La Manberg. And what does he do? Mess around in Mexican La Manberg. There's also the introduction on the Technoblade stream of the single cannon operator on the DREAM SMP in the form of DREAM XD, introducing himself as the Protector. And as the Protector, you ought to be wondering, what the heck is he protecting? And for me, the answer is clear. He's clearly protecting big man George Not Found, the old Gogster himself. And that leads me to my own headcanon, which is probably false. I'm feeling these jumps. That the end region is barred because it is the reality. Now, once again, you might think that this is one of those crazy, unsupported claims, which, to be honest, it mostly is. But the one time Dream XD has ever showed up was when Techno and Philza narrowly approached the end portal. Dream XD rather had suspicions that they were going to ruin the lives of everyone on the Dream SMP by going to the end, destroying the server economy despite there being already a shulker box in the economy. Pieces of bedrock literally floating around. I'm pretty sure Techno's in possession of an end rod himself. Because of Dresta, widely considered to be another operator on the server, although with questionable canonicity. I have no idea where to jump here. Oh, never mind. But it appears Dream XD has showed up at one instant, and it's to prevent people from going to the end. And you would wonder, why would he stop people from going to the end from a lore standpoint? Obviously, there's the actual standpoint of, oh, you're progressing the game too fast, for the same reason that Dream banned like Iron Farms and Villager Breeders. But I like to think, don't forget to shift on the ladder. I like to think that there is a lore reason that he is banning the end. And to think about this, all you have to do is look at what George's key character trait is. Sleeping. And I don't know about you, but I've watched a couple speedruns in my time. And if you've noticed, I'm not even going to comment on this one. If you've noticed, one of the main strategies in speedrunning is bringing beds to the end. I think I just did the jump in the wrong location, that's fine. Bringing a bed to the end. Now, why would you bring a bed to the end? Because sleeping on it explodes. Now, the theory is that George Not Found, or Canon George Not Found, made it to the end, slept in a bed, and the entirety of Dream SMP is just a dream. George Not Found is sleeping through these events. Everything's a dream. And the reason why Dream XD has to prevent him from going to, where did we go? Is preventing anyone from going to the end. Is to prevent the chunks in the end from being loaded. And to have to have George, who's currently sleeping in a bed in the end, to blow up. That's the theory. George is sleeping in the end. Somehow he has managed to avoid getting his bed blown up. And if anyone goes to the end, you're gonna load the chunks, the bed is gonna blow up, and George Not Found will die. And that is why he is called the Protector. He is protecting George Not Found from certain death by sleeping in the end, which is a very, very fitting character trait for someone like George. And if that happens, that's why it's called the end, because it will be the end of the protagonist George Not Found's life. And it's the Dream SMP because the entire SMP is just a dream state for Big Man Goggy. I mean, there's other bits of evidence to support him too, you know, with Tommy and its patronization of Goggy. And I think in his 1 million subscriber special, he went up to a real life person and asked him if they knew George Not Found and if they're fans. Clearly, there's like some idolization here. Some people call this a bit. I call it lore, which is probably not the best perspective to have on things. This jump is absolutely awful. Why am I? Maybe if I try it from the other side. Yeah, some people call it a bit. I think of it as lore. George is being patronized, both in and outside of the server. And I think that only goes to further support the theory that George Not Found is the true main character of the Dream SMP. Whether you like it or not, it's pretty clear that that is the case. You know, after last time you'd think that I'd be able to plan an outro, but it appears I'm not the best at learning from things, although hopefully the audio was slightly better this time. Then again, there was not much going on in parkour, it was just me jumping around. There's the parkour challenge back there. If I can zoom into that. Hey, parkour challenge. Anyway, if you made it this far, like, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can unlock the community tab and make pointless polls at you so people like me can make easy content out of it. That'd be pretty sick. Comment egg if you want. No one's forcing you, but it would really be pretty cool. I don't think I've gotten a single comment on any of my YouTube videos so far. So if you guys could drop a comment, that'd be sick. You know, I really don't know how to end this video.